Hey people, what's going on? This is Alive about Aandre Lean Talley. Unfortunately, he had passed away at the age of 73. We're going to talk tonight about his great career, his life, his issues with his house, and what killed him. You have to remember the last time that we saw him, that he was on talk shows promoting his book and his documentary. The last picture I looked, he was on Tamara Hall show. He didn't look well at all. So I don't know what his health issues was, but he was definitely, not feeling well. Then you also have to think about the issues that he had with his house. Somehow, I think it wasn't a legal document about the issue of buying the house from people that he had worked with before. So we're trying to wonder, was the stress of him having issues with his house in White Plainsville, New Jersey, did that kill him? That's the question tonight. Okay, let's go with his. We're gonna go with his. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. So actually, he died a few hours ago, January 18th, 2020, 2022. Actually, I saw him here when he was here in Detroit. He was working some fashion designer, and then it was like a conversation, and they were talking and stuff like that. They're saying that he was the former creative director of Vogue magazine. Today, the literary agent David confirmed the death of U.S. Today in late Tuesday. Additional details immediately was not available. Telly Instagram account issued a confirmed earlier Wednesday, noting that over the 5 decades, the international icon, close confidant of Yves Saint Laurent, um, Laundryfield, he had, let me see, had discovered and nurtured celebrated designers. They say that Talley began his career in 1983 and 1988. He was named Fashion Bible Creative Director. Unlimited also serving as editor at large. Throughout his career, his 6'6" fashion journalist, whom toured present setting front row of fashion shows, was as iconic as his flowing robes and advocate for diversity in the fashion business. He encouraged top designers to include black models in the shows and helped shape Vogue magazine at large. In 2013, Vanity Fair spread titled "The Eiffel Tower." Taylor was described as perhaps the business most important link to the past. And designer Tom Ford told the magazine Taylor was one of the last great fashion editors who had an incredible sense of fashion in history. He can see through everything you do to the original reference and predict what was inspiring to board. Talley wrote in two memoirs, ALTA memoir in 2003, and then his memoir in 2020 serves as judging as 4 seasons of American Top Model, a on American Top Model. In the center of 2007 documentary, The Gospel According to Andrew, and Coughing Terrence, Tully opened up on how his lifetime in fashion and sexual abuse and race impact his life and his career and his friendship. I can only write a book based on who I am and where I came from. This is very humble beginnings in tobacco town of Durham, North Carolina. and the ex-editor told Essence magazine at the time. They said Talley was the first black person to occupy the position at Vogue. In his 2020 memoir, he described it as he saw his role as shaping Vogue and by extending the fashion business as a whole. I quite worked to, we say, I quietly worked to bring more of that nuance into the room. Fashion editor features young black models Naomi Campbell and Veronica Webb, a photo feature of the flamboyant ball culture of York, New York queer people of color, and members of the legendary House of La Beja, striking dance pose broad the daylight. I sound no over the diversity and the nuance in what I could, he wrote in a Washington Post in 2019. He said one of the proudest moments he told the Post was in 2009 when Vogue covered a story of the First Lady Michelle Obama. So basically, he was an icon in the business and what he does. And he not only knew fashion, but he studied fashion. You have to study the fashion. Study the fashion. You have to study the fashion. You just can't wake up and think you're a designer. What they say, what's old is new. So that's what you have to do. You have to bring the drama, bring the fashion. So that's why we're here tonight. Let's go to the issue of his house. So basically, I think that there was no contract. They said one price, he said another. They took it to court to sue him for the house, and that's what killed him. I could be wrong. I could be right. But Talley is not here anymore. That's the story. Should be across the papers. One of his fans tried to start a GoFundMe for him. He was totally embarrassed. He told the fan to what? Take it down. Take it down. That's what he told them. So it's all very confusing. Tully was also considered an LGBT icon, making Out magazine Power 50 in 2007 through decline to define his sexuality. He called himself fluid in a 2018 interview with Wendy Williams. Tolly told Essence magazine he never shaded away from the race in his life and his career despite the lack of diversity in the fashion world. Okay. In his later years, he talked about the money he didn't make. Then, in the same breath, he said that he was happy to be working, with the fashion companies that he worked with. So, pay and different stuff like that has an issue with race. Another person can pay more than you, but you do a better job. Because of what? Do I have to say it? Do you know it? Just think. History tells it all. I say history tells it all. He said, I never separated from my blackness, he said. My blackness is what made me. Mm. Very interesting statement. He didn't become military until towards the end of his life. He was happy to run around with those people. He loved it. But at the end, he thought someone was going to save him. He had to save himself. It was like Survivor. All right, people, I'm out of here. There's not too much to say. Unfortunately, Tyler's not here with us anymore. So the best thing we could do, keep his name alive. You know what to do. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let's get the conversation going. I might have to come back and do a part two. You tell me. I would love to know. I'm out of here.